Hey, what's up, everybody? I want to thank you all for joining me here on the Gunline, where we hang out and just chop it up and shoot the shit like we did out in the field. You know what I love about this podcast, man, is the fact that it was made for the veteran community to come out and hang out, shoot the shit, and just have those conversations like we did out in the field. I mean, the first fucking shoot the shit episode I did, we ended up asking, uh, how do you wipe your ass, front to back or back to front? But I mean, it's evolved as always, and we're always looking for different conversations to have. It's a platform where we're free to talk without any kind of judgment, any censors, any filters. You could just be yourself. And one thing we know about the veteran community is that we like to speak freely, you know what I mean, and be ourselves and not be judged afterwards. So that's what this podcast is for. With that said, one thing we did do on the Gunline is talk about everything and anything, from Jody fucking your old lady to fucking politics, religion, racism, everything. So why I say this is because you're never going to just find one fucking topic that we hit on all the time, and on this episode, it's just like that as well. We don't just hit on one topic. We hit on a couple of them. I hope you enjoy it. We got my homegirl Monica here co-hosting. And with that said, I hope you all enjoy this podcast. Enjoy the episode number 235. Catch y'all. Gunline. We got a fire mission coming down, y'all. I'm your host, Lopez, and you're listening to the On the Gunline podcast, episode number 235, I believe.
Wow.
And as usual with me, I would normally have Lee Hunt as well as Monica on at times, but Monica's becoming more of a figure here on the podcast. So welcome, Monica. Thank you for being here with us.
Thank you for having me again.
Oh, dude. If Monica is on here, there's one of two topics. Either some spiritual shit, soul shit, or the hot D.
Oh,
we
yeah.
are definitely talking about the hot D. And I'm not talking about that chorizo. I'm talking about that House of the Dragons, y'all. But we'll get to that in a second, dude. Dude, I got something I got to just get off of my fucking head right now.
Get it out.
Get it out, right? So check it, man. Look, if you work at McDonald's and that's your career choice, that's great, man. I'm happy for you. But know the type of service that you should be providing to someone. For example, if you're unhappy with what you're doing, don't take it out on your customers. Don't ignore your customers. Be courteous, be respectful. Look at them at the very least. Look at them, because I had an incident on Sunday where I went to go get breakfast for the kids. And I went in there and I was pretty specific with what I was trying to get. I told them I need 3 orders of hot cakes with sausage, 3 orders of orange juices, 3 orders of hash browns. Too easy. So she goes back to the repeating it. Okay, so you said 3 orders of the hotcakes and sausage. Now, was that 3 hotcakes and sausage and orange juice? No, ma'am. 3 orders of hotcakes with sausage. All right, so that's 3 separate plates. I get that they come with 3 fluffy pancakes and sausage, but I want 3 of those orders. 3 separate orders of orange juices and 3 hash browns. And I was looking at the camera, because they got a camera outside in the drive-thru.
Yeah.
And I'm giving her this look like, don't fuck this up. And so she repeated it again. Okay, so 3 orders of hotcakes and sausage and 3 orange juices. I looked at the camera again. 3 orders of hotcakes with sausage, 3 orders of orange juices, and 3 orders of hash browns. Okay, thank you, sir. Pull up.
Oh.
So I pull up. First window. And I stick out my hand with my credit card. She takes my debit card. She runs my debit card. She tells me the amount. Then she grabs my debit card, grabs her receipt, and hands it back to me. And I say, thank you. She wasn't even looking at me. She was too busy looking away, talking to somebody else. didn't even look at me, acknowledge me, or even say, "You're welcome," or "Thank you for McDonald's," or, nothing like that. And I get it. It's McDonald's. I'm not expecting the greatest customer service in the world, but at least at a minimum, here you go. Thank you for coming, and, pull up to the next window. No, she just gave me my shit. Didn't even say anything to me. I wish it would have ended there. I pull up to the next window, and I figured maybe she's just having a shitty day. Maybe she's taking it out because I was having an attitude with her. The dude opens up. He's like, just starts handing me my drinks. I'm like, okay. Then he hands me my bag and then hands me the other bag. I'm like, all right, thank you, man.
Nothing.
Not even
Of course
you're
not.
welcome or nothing. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, dude, okay, you know what? How the fuck are you going to be working in a customer service environment and not at least provide some customer fucking service? You know what I'm saying? A simple acknowledgement. In my course of work or what I do, it's customer service. So, damn, I'm having a good fucking hair day, yo. Just side note, that's just looking pretty fucking on point today. But anyways, it pissed me off. Like, how the fuck can you not provide me at the most basic eye contact and a "you're welcome" or a "thank you for coming to McDonald's" or something, or "enjoy your
Or
breakfast,"
here's your food, or just something. Dude, so I don't know what has happened with McDonald's since I was a kid. I mean, I remember them being, okay, and it was always teenagers. It was always
Mm-hmm.
teenagers, most of the time. That was your high school gig. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
But like I'm not only gonna drag McDonald's right now because this last weekend, not only did we go to McDonald's and have crappy service, we went across the street to Wendy's, and the lady on the little box literally sounded like she wanted to die. Like there was no life to her voice. There was
Oh my
nothing. And I
God.
was at Wendy's. The only people I'm gonna keep out of this is gonna be Chick-fil-A, because
Mm-hmm.
Chick-fil-A goes above and beyond. And we're not expecting McDonald's and Burger King and all of them to be like Chick-fil-A. Cool,
Mm-hmm.
fine. But something, it is not hard to repeat back an order. It is not hard to punch a couple of numbers or whatever
Yes.
little code key things that have probably pictures on them. You know what I mean? So
Right.
have pictures on them of what you're trying to order.
It's fucking dummy proof.
It is. I'm like, you know what? No wonder you're being replaced by a freaking kiosk. And then you still
Yes.
have the audacity to complain about that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
Girl,
and don't even get started with, oh, we want to get paid over $15 an hour. No, are you kidding me?
thank
Then
you.
go to school, go get a better education, something to get a, even if it is just with McDonald's, like you said,
Mm-hmm.
you know what? Cool. If you want to work for McDonald's and that's what you like to do,
Mm-hmm.
want to be a manager of a McDonald's, you want to
Yes.
open your own franchise, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And that's where you'll
Preach.
start making the big bucks. But
Preach.
until then, well, you got to start somewhere. And even then, you should be able to do your job and do it well to keep going.
Thank you. Thank you so much for saying that. Because I
It's
was
just
gonna bring it up.
ridiculous.
$15
It
an hour?
is.
Bitch, get my order right. Can you get my order right?
How about you
God,
just put another kiosk out here?
bro. And they are getting replaced, dude. I mean, I saw
Put another
something
kiosk up here so we can order out here too, because
for
McDonald's
real.
is ridiculous.
For
Like,
real, dude.
and
It should.
I've been some good McDonald's. I've been to some McDonald's where the ladies are great.
Mhm.
They've been there for a while and they love talking to the customers. And we're not
Right.
saying you have to be all Holly Johnny Barney style,
Mhm.
but a simple thank you or here you go with something, even just looking at you when you get your food. And don't get me
Right.
started. So we got, the dogs Happy Meals, right? And then like,
Mhm.
we ran out of boxes. Here you go. And that's it. I was like, what?
Wow.
I was just like, why do I keep coming here? If it weren't for my kid,
Exactly.
I would not fucking come here
Oh
anymore.
yeah,
I was like, this
I'm
is
done with them. I
ridiculous.
am done
They don't
with
have the
them.
right toys anymore. And then right now I'm just like, nagging or going on about the small things, but
Mhm.
it's just, it's a customer service job. It should be an entry level job. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
from there, you should try to better yourself to get a little bit better job.
Well, yeah, I mean, those jobs used to be something for high school kids to get work experience, to, help them build a resume, start learning the social skills needed in order to interact with people in the public or even in society. But if
Yeah.
this is dude, you're getting paid for a service. All right. So,
And I
God.
understand that some people don't have the best of life. I've even noticed like one of the McDonald's that we frequent
Hmm.
now, not by choice, but
Right.
because at that point I'm being held hostage by my son that wants to go there.
Yes. Yes.
So it's not by choice really. But then I start noticing some of the workers, and some of them I see at like one of the convenience stores that I go to sometimes for an energy drink or something, you know what I
Hmm.
mean? Because it's all in the same area. So
Hmm.
it's like, okay, cool. I understand you have to work 2, 3 jobs. I understand life might be
Right.
hard. You might be tired as F. But if
Yep.
you're that same way every single time and every single day, you gotta reevaluate, babe. Like you gotta
Hmm.
reevaluate there, baby girl. Like do something, baby boy, whoever.
Yeah.
Reevaluate what you're doing. Maybe take an online course nowadays. You know what I mean? Like I don't
Learn
know,
a
like
fucking trade or learn a
something.
fucking trade.
Trade.
Trades
Yep.
are everybody's like so quick to want to go to college and do this and do that. College is not for everyone. I'm one of those that it's
Yeah.
not for. But
Yeah.
trades are out there, and I don't know why people shit on trades. Go be a painter. Paint
Yeah.
houses. Those motherfuckers make bank.
Dude, roofing companies. I never knew how
Yes.
much roofing companies made.
Facts.
A plumber, you know what I mean? Be a
Yep.
24-hour plumber. You know how, or AC guy, you know what I mean?
Dude, just a visit
Especially
alone.
in Florida, you better best
Mhm.
believe you'd make money with being a 24-hour AC guy.
For real, dude. No, you check it. So, like, even on that note, this is just coming out. I was having a conversation with my daughter today as we were driving towards downtown in downtown San Antonio, and there's a McDonald's of all places on one of these corners by the freeway, and I told her, "Honey, you see all those people out there? Those people right there are called day laborers. These are the people that are making like $75 a day to go bust their ass digging ditches, go do roofing, you know, and these are the people that you'll hear about, they're coming over the border illegally, or they're taking other people's jobs. But let me tell you something, honey. These people that are over here that are doing that right there, they're not holding up a will work for food sign just to get fucking money. These guys are
Oh, don't
actually
get me
getting started.
started
You know,
on
it,
the homeless people that, oh,
Mhm.
let's not go there because then
Well,
I'll
no,
really
here's
sound
the
like a
thing.
bitch.
It was a moment that I wanted her to understand porque, being Latino,
Yeah.
we get shit on because we're lazy, no sé qué, no sé cuánto. But you know what? I seldom see help or please help, anything helps by one of our folks. And I'm not trying to make this
For
into a
real.
racial thing right now, but it's just something that popped into my head, that they're out there busting your ass. And I also used it as a teachable moment for her because I told her, like, not all of them are illegal. Some of them are just people that are down on their luck and they have no education. So they have to go find a way to hustle and make money. And that's the way they're doing it. But I use that
Yeah.
for her as well as, like, I need you to stay in school and do better in school before you end up like these people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
And if
yeah,
they could, best believe they'd work at a McDonald's and make it the best day of your life at
yes.
McDonald's.
And that's the thing I don't understand, bro. Like, I would want to say it's a cultural thing, but it's like, it really is sometimes. It's an American culture thing now, not just black, white, brown, whatever, whatever. It's just an American culture thing where somehow it's gone from being respectful and providing in those jobs a great customer experience to now, like, here's your fucking food, get out of my goddamn line. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, dude, if you're not happy with what you're doing, nobody told you to go make a fucking McDonald's career. You know what I mean?
Yeah, go do
So,
something else. Try to go do something else. There's tons of other, and we talked about this the last time I was on here with you.
mhm,
There's so many different ways now on how you can make extra money that are
mhm,
non-conventional, that you don't have to go work at a McDonald's and stuff like that. So many
exactly.
different ways you can do that. So it's like,
Exactly.
you know, go like I don't even understand it anymore. Like
You know
I
what?
get it.
Join the
It's
fucking military. If you got documents, go join the goddamn military. They're
yeah.
always hiring. Do you know what I'm saying? They're
Yeah.
always fucking hiring, bro. And or go be a fucking dependa. And for those of y'all that don't know what a dependa is, usually it's the female, the dependopotamus, becomes a motherfucking, that's a cool ass segue, right? It's it's a dependopotamus. You go fucking find yourself a dumbass E1 and marry him, and he'll take care of you. You know what I'm saying? He's stupid enough to go pay 20% on a motherfucking 2007 Charger,
Oh gosh.
so, and then you can go marry him, and he'll be dumb enough to, you could go live off of him and the government. So the reason I'm bringing up Dependas though now is because I want to go ahead and switch up gears. I was scrolling through the book of faces and the grams of Insta, and and I came upon something, and it was like, whoa, what the fuck is this?
Let's see it.
So the reason I've never seen, I've seen some dependopotamus shit in my life, like, half my heart is fucking in Iraq, or leave your rank doesn't, I'll do my authority or some shit. Don't confuse your rank with my authority. I've seen a lot of dependopotamus shit, but this one here took the fucking cake, yo. I don't know if you can see that.
My ball nails, babe. What do you think? Fuck. Take that shit.
Do you see that?
What's the bottom one? What she say at the bottom? The last part say?
Oh, she said, I'm just trying to support you.
Oh.
But look at those fucking nails, yo. And for those that are listening to us on the podcast platforms versus the YouTubes or on Spotify, which you can now see it on video on Spotify, by the way.
Nice.
What exactly are you seeing there?
I am seeing a manicure, and now I agree, it's a little outrageous of a manicure.
Yeah.
I guess it's a dependent that is going to a Marine ball. Those are Marine colors, right?
I would hope that it's for the Marine Corps ball that she's Marine wearing ball. That.
And they are very nicely decorated. Patriotically, I guess you can call it, to be nice.
Yeah.
Patriotically decorated with our nail art of her husband's rank, I would assume. Mm-hmm. And some stripies and some diamonds on there, some bling, Oh,
no, those aren't just bling.
Oh, it's not?
No. So this here is his rank. He's a staff sergeant in the Marine Corps. These are the trousers. Those are the right leg and the left leg. They have the blood stripe on their pants. And then this is his blouse. That's his coat. Those are the buttons on the coat.
Really?
Yes, those are supposed to represent.
I'm trying to think back, but I never hung out with Marines, so I don't. What?
Yeah, I had Jarhead brothers. I had 2 Jarhead brothers, but yeah, on their blouse, on their top, like when they're in their dress uniform,
in their formals,
their button. Those are the buttons, and that's what I'm assuming that is. Either way, that's a little extra for me right there. Like, what the fuck?
That's a little much.
Now, I really hope this is for a fucking military ball purposes. Because, I mean, ever since that one chick went fucking viral with, he's a Marine. Did you ever see that one? Oh, my God. I'm going to introduce you to that shit here in a second. But, yeah, this is a little extra.
From being in the military and from being a female in the military and hearing about all the drama in the dependent life, I stayed away from any MWR, any kind of whatever bullshit they had going on with dependents,
right,
the entire time, like that after I became a dependent, you know what I mean? Like, I stayed away from all of it. I was a no drama llama. I was not dealing with any of that. I was like, I don't want to deal with it. I don't want any part of it. No thanks.
Oh no, and I completely understand.
So that's a little out there.
Bro.
I mean, like I said, to put it nicely, okay, she's being patriotic, yada yada.
Yep. Oh,
which,
dude.
Okay, good for her. But at the same time, that's a little too far. Stop wearing your husband's ranks, ladies. How about you just go earn your own if you want to sport a rank? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm trying to be nice, but go earn your own. I had my own little rank. Guess what? I did my 5 little years, and I never wore my husband's rank at all.
Well, your husband was also, let's just say you never asked for a salute, right? You know, being a
Excuse me?
hippopotamus.
As a dependent? Ask for a salute?
Yeah.
Who the fuck do you
Oh,
think you are?
oh my
I'm
God.
guessing
You.
now. Who in the motherfucking audacity fuck do you think you are?
Oh God. Wait till you see
No,
this. Wait till you
no.
see this. Give me 1 sec. Since you've never seen this one, it's gonna be awesome to see your reaction. I can't,
Okay.
I really can't wait. Hold on. Let me see. Make sure it's the right one. Oh yeah, that's the one. Yep, this is definitely
Oh
the one.
God, I'm gonna get myself in trouble now.
Oh no, dude. This is, I mean, shoot me. Shoot
Let's
me.
see.
All right. Do you see this so far?
I see him.
All right, hold on, stand by because I forgot to share something else.
Nobody.
I'm getting used to this sharing shit. So, dude,
Oh,
so just I feel bad for this poor jarhead because I mean, just his face says it all. And it's like, poor guy, you know, pobrecito. All right, here we go. Let me know when you can see it.
I see it. Yeah.
All right,
It's
let me know if you can
nobody.
hear it.
He's a Marine. Okay.
First to fight.
Can you hear it?
Loyal. Honor, courage, commitment. Core values simplify. Oorah, he's a Marine.
What the? Of course, her name had to be. Oh God.
Yeah.
What in the living? What?
Yeah, dude. So
What is wrong with people?
this is from a couple years ago that happened.
Oh
And
God, no, I never saw that before. But yeah, you're right. He's a Marine. Stop fucking embarrassing him.
yes. Yes. Oh, and you know
There's a
how
difference between being patriotic and proud. You know, I see, you know what, and I'm not gonna lie, it used to irk me when I would see those stickers on people's cars that say Navy wife or Army wife or
yes,
Navy
yes.
mom, Navy dad, or whatever. It
Right.
did, it bugged the shit out of me. And I never gave my mom one of those just because I was like, you know, whatever. Not that I wasn't proud, but I was just like, she has a whole fucking shrine in her house for me. So why does she need a bumper
For
sticker?
real, right? Dude.
But I'm just like, what? I just don't get it sometimes. I'm like, there's a difference between being proud and patriotic to overstepping and being disrespectful again. You know what I mean? Like, that is just disrespectful as fuck. And you're embarrassing the shit out of your Marine. That's
Yes.
embarrassing.
I mean, it's embarrassing enough for them to be a jarhead, fucking crayon eating motherfucker. You know, Department of the Navy, fucking Navy infantry. But I mean, sorry, I just have a thing about jarheads. We always go back at it. But yeah, dude. So I just had to share that with you. But yeah, I mean, speaking of military balls, you know, that's a nice little segue into the next topic I wanted to
Yeah.
discuss with you. If it's one thing I do miss about the being in the army, it's one of the things was when we used to have our military balls, and specifically we used to celebrate it on St. Barb's, the day of St. Barb's, because the patron saint of the field artillery is St. Barbara, and dude, like I mean, they used to have some cool ass shit that they would do, like you know skits and stuff like that. For example, for all my field artillery fellas out there, you guys know what laying a gun is, you know. So there's a process when we lay our howitzers where you know there's this thing called an aiming circle. And when we get our howitzers in position, we have to sight into the aiming circle, and then we'll say, like, you know, gun one, aiming point identified. Because what they'll say is, you know, like they'll say something along the lines of like platoon adjust, aiming point this aiming point this instrument. And then, you know, the guns will be come back and be like, gun one, aim point identified, deflection, blah, 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 blah. It's a bunch of numbers that go at it. So, anyways, one thing I saw that was done was we had all the battalions from our unit arrived to the St. Barb's ball. So like so all the field artillery battalions and third ID showed up to the St. Barb's ball. Okay. So ours was 1-9 field artillery. So whoever was in charge of this, they fucking killed it. They had an aiming circle, and they would say like, you know, battalions adjust, aiming point this instrument just for shits and giggles. And so for example, we would say 19, aiming point identified, and then they'll yell out a number like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the aiming circle will come back and say 19, deflection 1, 2, 3, 4, and anyway, so you do some adjusting until then they'll say, all right, 19 is laid, and then when they did that, we could sit down. And it was just so fucking cool seeing that, dude. Like, so they
That's
did all the
pretty cool.
battalions like that. So it would say like 110, 110 is laid, and everybody would just be able to get to sit down. I saw that shit happen. Either that or I dreamt it, but it was really cool as fuck. So it was just cool to see that happen. And it just built up more pride in the field artillery. I'm a very proud artilleryman, believe it or not. So I don't know if that,
No.
I don't know if any of that gives it away. But it was just some of the cool stuff that I remember from the field artillery ball, or from the military balls in general, you know, where you could actually just let your hair down, be yourself, get drunk to an extent, you know, and then come the weekdays back to work as normal. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And that's the
Yeah.
way it's supposed to be. I mean, I'm surprised that there's no fucking videos of some of the shit that goes on in the military balls nowadays, you know?
Let's
But
hope not.
for real, especially some of the shit that I seen out there. Oof.
Oh,
But
really?
did you have any experience with, like, you know, in the Navy going through any balls?
So I never went to one of the official like Navy balls, or like the whenever I know the big one is like the Marine birthday and stuff like that, and the
Mhm.
Navy ball and the Chiefs ball and stuff like. I never went to any of those. Isn't really my thing. Like I would do more like when it came to camaraderie stuff, like
Mhm.
smaller things, like when it came to the birthday, or not the birthday, the Christmas parties, because it would be the whole entire ship.
Mm.
And then you get dressed up. There was other ones like I know my husband commissioned a USS Anchorage in Anchorage, Alaska, and they did like this big old ball party thing there. So
Yeah.
that was cool. But I never did like a whole big ball, like Navy ball, just because I'm like, man. It wasn't my thing. Like whenever I would have to do stuff like that, it was cool, it was fun, but it would be so exhausting because you knew half of the shit and the dirt of everybody in there, and you're just like, I have to be nice to this person. You know, there's times that I can't hide certain emotions on my face. But no, I just wasn't. I like going out and like, you know, getting dressed up and everything. But to
Yeah.
me, that's what it felt more like whenever those things would come up. And I'm just like, it should be more than that.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, no, I don't really. I did it for JROTC in high school, and that was a lot of fun. But other than that, I
Right.
didn't do it when I was actually in the military. Like I would do like I said, the Christmas parties and like big command events and stuff like
Mhm.
that we had to go to.
Right. You were voluntold.
Voluntold. The
Yeah.
voluntold stuff. I was like, all right, I guess I gotta go buy a dress and go buy some shoes and yada yada, which was
Yep.
fun. But then at the same time, just like, eh.
Dude, you know, I'll tell you. I mean, I guess because in I mean, I know the Navy is storied with traditions and history, you know, but in the field artillery as well, we have a lot of traditions. And like it was funny. We would do skits like the genesis of the field artillery, and or yeah, the book of Genesis according to the field artillery or something like that. And it starts off how in the beginning there was man and it was lost and it was the infantry, and then they put like silk shit on them and they were the paratroopers, and they were like, oh Lord, we're scared, what can we do? And then he took the finest men and made them artillerymen, and it's just a whole, anyways, it was just cool. Like, you know, they would act it out. Like, for
Yeah.
example, like they would like make fun of like air defense artillery, for example. You know, so if they were talking about air defense artillery, you had like these guys come out dressed up like duck hunters, and they're like shooting in the air, because that's what we call the air defense artillery. They're duck hunters because they're shooting like the Patriot missiles and shit like that. You
Oh,
know, that knock
gotcha.
down other missiles. They're duck hunters. And then they were like, we talked about the Air Force, and then when we're doing the Air Force, they had like these like frat boy looking guys playing volleyball, hitting a volleyball back and forth, you know. And I can't remember what they made for the Navy, but I'm sure it was fucking, it had to do probably something with like the YMCA. Let's just say that, you know.
Probably. It always, that's what
But
it
like,
always
hey,
falls back on.
you know. But you know, yeah, dude, it was just the traditional type shit that they did. I loved it. And it was just a moment. They also had a moment for the spouses. Um, in the field artillery, we have a very famous female. Her name is Molly Pitcher. And actually, if you guys want to go check out the merch, check out the merch store. There's a shirt that I made that says, "Before Rosie the Riveter, Molly was a cannon cocker." And Molly Pitcher, she's like a very storied personality within the field artillery, because she supported her husband after he got shot, and she took his place on the cannon and helped assisted with shooting the cannon during the Revolutionary War. So that was like, very historical thing for us. But we give out the Molly Pitcher Award to the spouses of the field artillerymen. So, I think it's something, it's like a kudos to them, like, thank you for supporting your artillerymen. You know what I mean? So
now answer me this.
Sure. What does Mel get?
Riddle me this, Batman. How much of that do you think was politics? So that was a lot of the reason why I didn't do a lot of spouse shit, because it was so much politics. And let me tell you, the one time, because I didn't know anyone, I came to Tampa, and they were having something for the spouses at the base. They were having some lunch, So I'm like, oh, maybe I'll meet some friends. I don't fucking know anybody here. I hadn't started working at my job yet, so I didn't know anyone in this whole side of the country at all. So I went, and I was, I was an open mind. I was, wanting to meet some new girls, maybe somebody, have in common. And when I get there, I was gonna go, I started talking to one of the girls. She was pretty cool. And then one of the other ladies started talking to him, said, oh, you're, blah, blah, who's ever husband, and your last name. I was like, oh yeah. And then she goes, oh, sit over here with us. The enlisted girls sit over there, and then the international wives sit that far away from the table. So you can just come sit over here with us. So I was just like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. It's like, I'll sit here. But it's that kind of BS that I just like, no, I'm not doing this. And, you know what I mean? It was so much politics that I just don't fuck with.
Yeah. I think okay, so there's that whole fraternization thing, and I get that between the enlisted and the officer corps. I get that for those that are in the military. You know what I mean? Enlisted sit with the enlisted, officers with the officers, NCOs with NCOs, and so on and so forth. However, I mean,
that has nothing to do with us.
Exactly.
Outside. And nothing to do with us.
Exactly. So, I mean, for some reason, there's some spouses that take it upon themselves to try to wear their husband's rank. And it's like, bitch, you have no rank. You are a E0, nothing. You're a civilian, So if anything, what you have are benefits. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude. And it's, within the NCO corps and the officers, I mean, I know there's a split, especially in the artillery world. There's a split between the officer corps and the NCO corps. We just have different points of views. Like we find them more administrative, more PowerPoint, and we're more hands-on. You know what I mean? So, but I mean, it's not like they're better than us. There's some that come with that mind frame. Some butter bars that come there with like, oh, I'm a West Pointer. I don't care. So yeah. As far as the spouses go, it does get political as far as the awards go, and
it would make it sad to find out, in the background, to know how much of that are award that maybe somebody does deserve and does 100% support and Stephen, not only her husband but also other spouses, by being the babysitter of all these fucking kids. So the rest of y'all can go do shit that you probably shouldn't be doing any goddamn way,
bro. So here's the thing, so like
but it goes to the one that's more political and knows how to play the game.
I'm very I want to say bitter. I'm bitter about a few things. Like, for example, I had earned a Bronze Star on my last deployment to Iraq. I thought I had earned it, but they didn't give it to me. They gave it to another soldier who, during one of our attacks, he was hit with shrapnel. But that's what you got a Purple Heart for. You know what I'm saying? For that. But they decided to give it to him instead. So, okay, cool. All right. because apparently they only had X amount of Bronze Stars to hand out between the battalion, and they had to go to certain people. And since I joined the platoon late, they had already done the write up. So, like I had said on one of the previous podcasts, for those that don't know, the Bronze Star, you do a write up, and normally they start doing this write up probably about 6 months before it's time to redeploy back home. So, long story short, I didn't get mine, but that's no here nor there. Same thing with the and I only got about a minute left before I have to resend out the new link. But check it out. Yes, it does get political. I never got my fucking St. Barb award after I did a lot of shit for the field artillery. It to include standing up the first Afghan field artillery school in Afghanistan.
Wow.
But hey, I got shit on, never got it. The end. But it's all good. When we come back though, it won't take about a minute for you guys that are listening. We're gonna come back and talk about some feet. Yeah, we're gonna talk about some feet. So I'll catch y'all in a minute. I'm gonna send you that link right now, okay? All right, and welcome back. The hand and the feet. I tell you, if you guys are watching us, you'll understand why we're laughing.
It took me like 2 seconds to try to figure. I'm like, no, that's not what she's doing. No,
Oh,
and I
yes,
was
it
like,
was.
oh my god, where
Dude.
is your self-righteous self now?
For real, right? Dude, it
Alicent is like,
you know, I can't blame her for what she does, because I think she does it, for the love of her kids.
We do crazy stuff for our kids, that's for sure. But
yeah, but I mean,
which I'm not judging her. The reason I'm just like, you're so self-righteous. She was getting mad at Rhaenyra for being, you know what I mean, like doing her hot girl summer stuff.
yeah.
And now you're over here as an old lady, a mom, and everything else. And now you're still trying to judge her and trying to pull one on everybody by putting your son on the throne. But now you're over here also selling your feet.
Hey, she was the first motherfucker selling feet pic,
right?
Yo.
That's where it all started.
Dude, I mean, is Game of Thrones like? I mean, is this show picking up on the vibe of what's going on in the world today? I mean,
right?
Motherfuckers are selling feet pic, and I'll give it to you. I'll give it to her. She did have some cute ass feet. I ain't gonna lie. Now it's not that I have a
didn't pay that
fetish.
close attention, but I was just like, "There's no way." And then I think I remember seeing a TikTok like, "There she, she didn't know what he was doing," but like, yes, she did.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
she did know exactly what he was doing. That's why she was looking away.
That motherfucker put his hand on his pecker and started stroking away,
gosh, that was crazy. Like, I've seen some crazy-ish on Game of Thrones and on House of Dragons, but that, I think that had it.
That one definitely took the cake. I mean,
that definitely took it.
I mean,
oh my
holy
gosh,
shit, dude. So yeah, I mean, it's a trip. Let's talk about it. From season 1 to season 9, yes, there were a lot of I mean, not season 1 to season, from episode 1 to episode 9, there's been a lot of time skips. Got it. And but that's fine, because I think they've played it very well to the point where I don't give a fuck about what happened in the intermediate. I mean, hopefully they'll be able to fill some of those gaps in. I'm assuming with season 2.
I hope so. Like, I would like to see Sir Harwin and or Strong, Mr. Sir Strong and Rhaenyra, and how that all went,
developed. Yeah,
that would be nice to see. And then how Damon and, oh man, I'm gonna kill myself because I can't remember her name. His first wife, not the first one, the second wife.
Yeah.
Rain. I can't remember her name now.
The little black chick. Yeah, I got you.
How
I
that went, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm just like, and how the heck, how Viserys got so crypt of the creep, you know what I mean? Status in just 6 years. Like, that's crazy.
Well, bro, I mean, like, I'm surprised he lasted as long as he did. Like, even when he took his mask off, I was like, oh, this motherfucker.
That was a shocking moment. I was like, damn.
But you know what? Honestly, I think that this man, for his acting ability, he needs to be recognized. I mean, he fucking crushed it. I don't read the books. I don't know about it. I don't know what they're portraying like on the books, but just like I could feel him. And look, I might sound like a little fucking. I'm not gonna say the word because you know what? Fuck that. I may sound like a little faggoty on this, but that motherfucker brought tears to my eyes on that episode when he was
When he
limping his
came in,
ass in
yep,
for his daughter, bro.
for his daughter, yep, he
Oh
was
my
down for his
god,
daughter to like the
that
last
motherfucker was ride
step.
or die. But check this
Yes.
out. Let me ask you a question. Do you think? Do you think that when he was talking to Allison and he thought that he was talking to fucking Rhaenyra,
Rhaenyra,
do you think that if Allison wouldn't have had that conversation with him, do you think that she would have supported Rhaenyra's becoming the queen? Or because as
I
we
think
found
her
out,
dad would have still. I
usurped
think
him?
her dad would have still manipulated her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because my girl, from this last episode, she's the one that said it right. Like, you could take the throne, you could be queen, but you're still
Yes.
following a man's, demands or whatever, whether
Yep.
it's her dad's, it was her husband, and then now her son or whatever. I'm
Right.
like, because she's right. She could have,
She could have just
been.
said, "It's my shit now." You know what I
Mhm.
mean? But
Yep.
here's my thing. Like, I mean, she seems like she was so by the book. You know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
think that she would have supported
Well,
Rhaenyra.
when it benefited her, obviously it ain't. Selling feet pics is not in the book.
Well, at the same time, though, that motherfucker's got some dirt on her, though. That's why. You know what I'm
Now he
saying?
got even more.
Uh, well, well, here's the thing, though, because of her, he took it as I'm gonna kill the strongs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he's got
Yeah.
that dirt on her, and so I think at the end of the day, I like the way they developed her at the end, where she became a little more stronger. You know what I mean? Pero like you said, like yes, she's still in this world where she's dominated by all the male figures around her.
Yeah.
I think that she would have still backed up Rhaenyra. Uh, but I
I think
mean,
she would have wanted to. I
yeah,
think she would have wanted to. Yeah. I
her
agree
dad would
with
probably
that.
have killed her. I think her
Yeah.
dad would have killed her
Something.
to put Aegon on there. You know what I mean? But I think that, a lot of it is happening because she thought that he was talking about Aegon as in her son, when
Yeah.
about the Song and Ice
Well,
and
and I
Fire
don't think
shit.
that's not how it went in the book. I think
Yeah.
that's something they've added in there. I don't
Well,
think that's how it went in the book, but
because from what
yeah.
I'm hearing though about the book is written by secondhand accounts by those
Ah.
they're written by witnesses or
Mhm.
it's like their
Yeah.
accounts of what happened. So think about it kind of
Yeah.
like the Bible and the accounts of the apostles about what happened with Jesus. And that's why you have like different stories about what happened to the crucifixion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of
Mhm.
how this is playing out también. And then
Oh, I
from
see.
what we're seeing here is what really happened
Yeah.
versus the accounts of what those that wrote the book are. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. I
but
mean,
yeah, dude.
they've done a good job of it so
Oh
far,
my
from what I
god.
hear regarding between the book and this. And I'm so glad. So I had no idea there was gonna be a second season. I thought they were time skipping so much to be able to get it all in one season.
Right.
But now that there is gonna be a second season, I'm glad that they do the time jump, because when I started watching Game of Thrones, it took me forever just to get through the first episode or two, because it just lagged and it took forever to get good. And this time it got good from the jump.
But see, and thank you for bringing that up because that's something I did want to discuss. I was talking with our good friend Hunt, our
Yes,
co-host here.
I know, Hunt. You are like the man when it comes to this. Where are you?
Oh, let's just say he has candles out tonight. So,
Ah.
and I'm not talking about because it's a new moon or anything like that,
I know it's not. So
Hey, he's getting some other stuff going out there.
well,
Pero
good for him then.
hell yeah, he's making his own fucking he's probably gonna be taking feet pics of his own. So
Oh
but
god.
with that, so no, what I tripped out on, I was having a conversation with him afterwards. He like texted me and we're like, I don't do texting, I do voice text faster. It's just easier.
Uh-huh.
And especially when it comes to like something long that you want to say. And he was like, man, it was boring as fuck. And then I'm like, dude, see, I think that this generation and the generation beyond mine is so used to seeing action all the fucking time. You need to see the dragon doing this. You need to see an explosion. I love the dialogue. I fucking love the dialogue so much. Because imagine if you missed the dialogue, let's say, for example, of what Helena was saying. There's a beast under the boards. Well, we found out what that fucking beast was. You know what I mean? It's like
rails.
And just like the communication, the way they speak, to me, that's the best part of the acting, because the rest is green screen shit. You know what I mean? So I think a lot gets lost. I do love the action. Don't get it twisted. I love the action. However, I do love those subtle moments of when there's dialogue and they're talking. But to your point, Game of Thrones, he's the same way. He said Game of Thrones, like the first 2-3 seasons were like boring as fuck.
But I wouldn't say the entire season. To me, it was just literally, I think it took me three tries just to get through the first episode. And then once I got through the first episode and then maybe the first 2 episodes, then I really got into it. I don't remember how much action there really was, but then I really started getting into it after the first episode, definitely after the second episode. I don't know why it took me 3 different tries restarting the first episode to finally watch it all the way through. Like I like the dialogue and I love the acting and all that good stuff, because that's what makes you get, like, oh my god, I love that character.
You get invested in
them. Yeah, you get invested in the characters, and it is because of the dialogue and everything. There's just something about, anyways, Game of Thrones and how long it took for it to get good. But now it's like, and they had to do the time jump, like I said, to get to the main meat of this book for the actual, battle to come, the war to come.
Yes.
And they had to get all these kids born.
Dude, and not only that, though, you got to think about it. Like,
they're going to be the main characters now.
They didn't know if it was going to get picked up for season 2. So who knows if they actually completed the whole Dance of the Dragons within the first season, and they're now just, because they didn't know if they're going to get picked up for a season 2. But now that there's a season 2, they can prolong it and get. I mean, and for those of y'all that like spoilers, go check out YouTube and just look up the fucking history and lore of the Targaryens, or history and lore of the fucking
I'm gonna have to do that, because I want to, like, I've seen some of the family trees, just like a Targaryen family tree and stuff like that, but everybody's so excited for the second season because that's when we go back to Winterfell. I was like, what?
Wait a minute. So wait, you don't know how the Dance of the Dragons goes?
Like, I know. I've listened to the spoilers. Yeah. But I'm just excited to go back to Winterfell.
Oh, dude. Yeah. I want to know how it. Yeah. I can't wait to see that. But here's the thing. Like, for example, again, with Game of Thrones, I think where they fucked up on Game of Thrones was like they started hyping up the dragons, and everybody wanted to see the fucking
that did
dragons.
Take a while.
Yeah, and it took forever for Daenerys to hatch those fucking eggs. By the way, did you see that those eggs are the same ones that are going to be? Well, never mind. I just love how a lot of the stuff from Game of Thrones itself, there's callbacks to it in House of the Dragon, and I fucking love
That's why I had to rewatch all of Game of Thrones, because I like seeing the dragon pits, just the dragon pits themselves, and going back and seeing how they really looked and compared to how they looked on Game of Thrones. You know what I mean? Like, I love seeing even what is the dragon where Rhaenyra lives? Shit, I can't remember the name of it right
Dragonstone.
Yeah, Dragonstone, and how it used to look compared to when it was, during Game of Thrones. It was awesome. Like, I love that.
I tripped out. Like, so obviously, like, when they're doing books to film, they take liberties onto what they're gonna put in, or they may make changes.
Yeah.
Or so I'm not gonna lie. When that motherfucker, I knew when I saw fucking Rhaenys go downstairs, I'm like, she about to go get her motherfucking dragon.
I knew she wasn't leaving with her dragon. I didn't care what Eric said. I'm not leaving my fucking dragon.
Bro, I was like, oh, here comes Melees. And then it's like, put it like together, like, oh shit, the beast under the boards is coming up. And then when that bitch came out to the top and she walked up to him, I was just, and
that smoke had to clear out, you know what I mean? Bro. And her face was coming. You only saw her silhouette. Like, I got chills during that moment. I was like, oh my god,
dude! I was yelling, Dracarys. I was waiting for her to yell that in my head,
like, do it. But then obviously, then it wouldn't be a Dance of the Dragons.
Exactly.
We all knew that, but still.
But you were still thinking it. You know what I'm saying?
You still can't help but to think, just say it,
Fucking A.
Dracarys.
For reals, dude. Like, and that brings me to some things like, it's a good little segue to how many times have you wondered if what you would say to yourself into your internal mind, would you get in trouble in public? If you said it out loud in public. Like, have
Oh,
you ever
yeah.
had thoughts that you were like,
Yeah.
ooh, if somebody were to hear this shit?
You know what? I think a lot of my thoughts are more like, man, this girl needs to be instituted. Mental hospital,
Dude,
more than like, man, I wish you get hit by a bus or something.
you
It's
know,
definitely more like, oh, she's crazy.
yeah, dude. And
Get into a mental hospital.
I'll tell you something. It's funny you bring that up. I'm gonna get a bit personal here, y'all, just so y'all know. Shit. Hold on. Shit. Podcasting. My bad. Can it wait? Oh shit. So I gotta go. Well, hopefully she can handle it herself. If not, I gotta go and get some
Oh,
groceries.
that's okay because I got my kid needs to take a bath too. So
all right, cool beans.
So we can cut it.
All right. So, well, anyways, I was gonna say something along the lines of this. Mental health. You know what? I'm gonna save it for another day. Another day.
No,
we
go
gotta-
take care of what you gotta take care of.
I
I got a
will,
little
I
one to take
will.
care of, so no worries. It's
But
cool.
dude, we'll definitely link up again for the next episode. And
The season finale.
I hope Hunt is
shice.
fucking here for it. Because
Right? He better be here for the season finale.
fucking A. Thank you again, Monica, for
Thank you for having
such
me.
short notice.
Yeah.
You're pretty much a new co-host here. If we ever blow up, you're coming with us. You know what I'm saying? You are part of the On Gunline family. You know what I'm saying? So thank you for giving us, the sailor perspective as always. To military balls that you never went to, which is understandable.
I never went to, yeah. I'm like, oh well.
But you know what? It's funny with the one experience that you went to, how it still coincides with every other branch. There's always that fucking, for some reason, pecking order between spouses. So, hey, y'all, do me a favor out there. If you're out in the fucking world right now, you got any questions? I got answers. Send them to onthegunline@gmail.com. If you have any stories, if you want to remain anonymous, be anonymous, y'all. I mean, I'm not going to say your name. I'm not the type of person. I want to hear what's going on in the world out there, in the military sector, in the civilian sector, whatever the fuck y'all want to talk about. Hit me up. I'm trying to keep this motherfucker entertaining for y'all. And, send us, if you want advice, I'm sure that, Monica here has some advice. I know I got some advice. It might not be the best advice. It might not be what you want to hear.
It may not be the best, but it'll be advice.
Goddamn right. Anyways, I appreciate you again. You have yourself a good evening out there.
Thank you.
Hey, Gunline. Hope to see y'all here soon. I should be having another Shoot the Shit episode here soon. I've been having scheduling conflicts, but yeah, I appreciate y'all. You guys have yourself a great rest of your week. And I'll catch y'all again here on the Gunline. Rounds complete. End of mission. Gunline out. March order, motherfuckers.